Okay, so the first video we had covered our revenue, but our equation is net profit equals revenue minus variable expenses and fixed expenses. So let's go back to our sales data and take a look at how many employees we're going to need. So we go back to our sales worksheets. And remember that for our Supreme, the average person can sell 25 chairs per month. So I'm going to make a note of this. Supreme average per person is 25. This doesn't change. This essentially becomes their performance quota, so to speak. We know that on average, these 7 employees can each sell 25 chairs per month. So we're going to use that as our baseline to determine how many sales employees we're going to need. So for our employees needed, we borrow from our average monthly demand and we divide it by our average per person rate. So for our Supreme chair, we have a demand, an annual demand of 2,028 divided by 12 gives us 169. So again, we're going off of our forecast, not off of what we actually did in 2015. Make sure that you're using this average monthly demand. So an average person can sell 25 chairs per month. We have 169 chairs per month that we expect to sell. So we're going to need 6.76 people. But because we can't have 6.76 people, we have to round that up to 7. So for Supreme, we're going to put in 7. Our commissions from our sales worksheet. So we go back to that sales worksheet here. And we know that gross revenue times commission helps to determine our net, and our staff earn $18 per hour plus 5% commission. So commission off of gross sales. We don't have to figure out what each person is going to earn because we know that for every item sold, somebody will have sold it, which means our commissions are 5% times our gross revenue. So commissions here is going to be 5% times the gross revenue total here. So let's figure out what our Supreme chair is going to be. Our price is $7,000. We anticipate or forecast to sell 2,028 chairs. So our gross revenue is $14,196,000. And we're going to multiply that by 0.05. So our commissions for our Supreme chair is going to be $709,800. Now our salaries, they earn $18 per hour and work 2,080 hours per year. So $37,440 per person. And if you remember, we also identified that same number here, $37,440 from our initial sales information. And if we have $37,440 per person and we need 7 employees, we know that our salary cost is going to be $37,440 times employees needed. So Supreme is going to equal what? $262,080 for our Supreme. So, once we have all of this information, we have our commissions, $709,000, plus our salaries of $262,080. We know that it costs us $971,880 to sell the Supreme chair. Once I have a total cost for Supreme, I can get a total cost for Standard and Basic, and then I can get a total sales cost. Total cost to sell all 3 chairs. And because up here I had a gross revenue from all 3 chairs, now I can subtract the total cost to sell from all 3 chairs. And I'm getting closer to how much we are actually making as a company.